Hi everyone! If you don't know who I am, my name is Ginger and this is my YouTube channel. Ever since I can remember, I have had acne, or my skin has not been clear. I was definitely not one of those people that came out with glowing, perfect skin right out of the womb. I remember it being really bad in middle school and I thought it was going to get better in high school, but it actually got a lot worse. And I would say that high school is where it hit its lowest point. To be quite honest, my skin did not start clearing up until after I left high school and I went to college. Now in the present day, at the end of my freshman year, summer before sophomore year, this is what my skin looks like. I'm very happy with it. I think it is the clearest it's ever been, the best it's ever looked. Of course, I still break out from time to time. I still have acne scars. I still have hypopigmentation, but over time I've been able to develop a really solid skincare routine, find products that I think really work, and I'm excited to share them with you. Okay, so this video is kind of going to be divided into two different parts. First, I'm going to talk about product-based solutions or changes that I made that helped me clear my skin. And then I'm going to talk about lifestyle changes because both are very important to consider. Alright, so let's start with the products. Now, this video is not sponsored, but the first product that I'm going to talk about is Curology. So I think I started Curology near the end of my senior year. I'll admit I was a little skeptical and kind of embarrassed about turning to an online company to help me fix my skin. I was kind of upset that I couldn't figure it out myself, but I had seen so many ads all over YouTube that I was like, might as well just try it. I filled out all of their information, got my free little, not free, I got my little bottle. And that was the first time in my entire journey of trying products and things that I actually saw a visible difference in my skin. Curology is really great because they formulate their product or their medication specifically to you and your skincare needs and designed to help you clear your skin over a long period of time. Now that kind of leads me into my second point. I've found that it is better to use gentler products that will work over a long period of time instead of aggressive products that you might see a result within a few days, but over the long term they actually end up damaging your skin and you don't actually see results. Now let me tell you, before I found Curology, I had tried everything at the drugstore. I went through a whole Neutrogena phase, a whole clean and clear phase. If it had the word acne and clearing on it, I tried it. But the problem with a lot of those drugstore products is that they're formulated with very high amounts of salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide. So I was using like 10% benzoyl peroxide, 5 to 10% salicylic acid things, and that was just way too much for my skin. I actually cannot use any products with benzoyl peroxide anymore. Now if I even put any benzoyl peroxide on my face, my whole face will blow up and get red and puffy, and like, it is not a good time. Yeah, I was just completely wrecking and stripping my skin. I think the reason I liked Curology was because they were using ingredients that were not salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide, and they were formulated in low percentages that would slowly chip away at the problems on my skin instead of overloading my face with all of these chemicals at once. So gentle and long-term results over aggressive short-term results, always. I think this is just something I've learned in life, that nothing good or nothing worth having comes quickly, and the same is to be said about your skin and your skincare. Now my last tip related to products is build a solid, simple skincare routine. Again, before, when I was trying all of these crazy products on my skin, basically I was just throwing random stuff on my face and hoping it worked. Not surprising, it doesn't really work that way. Now I take a much more methodical approach to my skincare. I do a lot more research into specific products or treatments related to the problem that I'm trying to solve on my face instead of trying a bunch of random products and hoping they work. If you do have Curology and you want to sort of use that as your springing off point to build your skincare routine like I did, I would recommend looking at the products that they use to formulate your Curology subscription. I looked at that little label and I saw that they had niacinamide and zinc in my formula, and then I went to The Ordinary and I found their niacinamide and zinc serum, and now I use that instead of my Curology. So yeah, highly recommend doing your research. I love Skincare by Hyrum, but also just Googling what is niacinamide, what is lactic acid, why would you use a retinol? Things like that are really helpful in building a solid science-based skincare routine. Now we've gotten to the exciting part of the video. I'm gonna tell you about my current skincare routine. These are products that have worked for me for a while now. I've been sticking to this routine for at least like 4 or 5 months, I would say. I have a different routine in the morning and the night. In the morning, I use the Soy Fresh Face Cleanser. I think this is a great cleanser. It really gets rid of all of that like grossness that you feel when you just wake up, and it just leaves my face feeling really fresh, awake, ready for the day. Then I layer on the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid Serum. Your skin actually makes its own hyaluronic acid. That's what keeps your face kind of like plump, I guess, during the day. So the hyaluronic acid serum is just like a supplement to that, to make sure that my face feels refreshed throughout the whole day. Then I go in with a vitamin C serum to kind of lift those dark spots, lift those acne scars a little bit. After the vitamin C, I go in with a moisturizer. I just use the CeraVe Everyday Moisturizer. I like this one because it's very simple, no crazy ingredients, no fragrance. After the CeraVe, I go in with the Youth to the People eye cream. It's just another moisturizing layer. And then usually I do go in with the First Aid Niacinamide eye serum. This has a little tint to it, so I put this on instead of concealer now because I don't really like the way that concealer looks caked under my eye anymore. I've never learned how to set it properly, and so this little cream gives me the little tint and the little cover up that I need. And then of course, I cannot leave the house without sunscreen. This sunscreen was recommended by Hyrum, so that's why I checked it out. But it is so expensive for such a tiny little bottle that I really need to find a new one. Now at night, if I'm wearing makeup, I just use the Garnier Micellar Water to take off all of my makeup. And then I will usually go in with the CeraVe, either the Foaming Face Cleanser or the CeraVe Salicylic Acid Cleanser. I do like to get a deeper cleanse at the end of the day just because my face goes through a lot, just walking around, doing things all day, and I just really like to get everything out. Then I go in with the Ordinary Niacinamide and Zinc Serum, which, as I said before, is kind of my replacement for the Curology treatment. The Youth to the People eye cream, again, just to get that extra moisturizing, and then the CeraVe moisturizer on top of it all. So that was the product-based section of the video. Now I'm gonna jump into the lifestyle-based part. The first factor that you should definitely take into account is your stress level and the amount of sleep you're getting. I've noticed that my skin always gets worse when I'm stressed. The reason that I think my skin got so much better after I left high school was because I was dealing with a lot in high school. I was stressed as frick every single day. Got like 4 hours of sleep a night, especially at the end of my senior year. Throughout my senior year, I was dealing with college apps. I was in some pretty toxic environments, around some pretty toxic people. And when I finally went to college and got out of that sort of pressure cooker environment, my skin definitely started to get better. So keep in mind that if you're trying to improve your skin and you're not seeing the progress that you might want, even if your skincare routine is perfect, take a look at your stress and your sleep levels and see how that could possibly factor in. Now the second factor is genetics. Not a lot of people talk about this, but your genetics can have an impact on the way that your skin reacts to different things, or just your tendency to develop acne or not. Some people are just born with good skin and some people are not. That's not a knock on either one, but it's just a fact. So try not to compare your skincare journey to someone else's because your bodies are built completely differently, and some people just have an easier time of being able to maintain their skin. Number 3, my last tip is just to remember to be patient. A lot of it can come down to puberty as well and your hormones. And it kind of makes sense, like if your hormones are going crazy when you're going through puberty and you're growing and developing, obviously that's going to reflect on your skin going a little crazy too. And unfortunately, you can't really do anything about it while you're going through it. I literally don't know if how much the actual products that I was using impacted my skin, how much the environment impacted my skin, and how much the fact that I was literally going through puberty and growing, and maybe I just got out of that phase when I went to college. Like, I have no clue. So All of those sort of factors fit together in determining what happens on your face and what happens on your skin. So just remember to be patient, and sometimes you really just have to wait it out. Sometimes you just don't have control over what your skin does. Alright everybody, so that was my skincare video, how I cleared my skin, my tips. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Go ahead, subscribe if you liked it, like, ask me questions, and I will see you next week. Bye!